All right, so today's project has been, well, while I was working, the girls were renovating the upstairs and they decided they want a little table. So we've been riding around town in a minivan robbing factories of their used pallets. So I'm gonna try to make a pallet table. These are some 4x4s left over from the wheelchair ramp builds along the way, and a couple of pallets that we found at an unnamed plant here in town. We don't want them to be mad about us stealing their, just kidding. This was one from our church. We did a church cleanup day the other day. So anyway, we're not stealing, so don't call YouTube police. All right, we're gonna make a little table, and we don't even know what measurements are yet, so we got to plan as we go and start cutting this thing up. All right, so what we decided on here is this pallet is 48 inches long, and we have to come past this, I guess you call that a support or rail right there. If we cut it on the other side of that, it makes about 20 3/4. So if we can get two tables out of this by making it 20 3/4 by 24, and we decided that's a good sign. So we're going to chop a line down the side of this, and we'll cut it in half long ways. So get it just on the other side of the rail.
There?
You got to see the rail from below.
Pretty straight.
Now we have our two tabletops. So now we're just going to make some legs. How high do we want them? How tall is the table going to be?
Yeah, I just cut it to the size of
All right, so what we're thinking is to make it more solid. So if we cut us some 1.5 inches out of this, we can put them there and make it a solid tabletop. So I'll set my table saw 1.5 inches and we'll rip some of these down. So I can get 2 out of this one. Get 3 out of this one. 1, 2, 3. I can get them all out of one of them. So we'll use one board to get that. So I got to set my table saw to 1.5 inches. Make sure it's in frame there. Yep. So 1.5 inches on the table saw. And we'll make 2 rips and call it good. Thanks, Lester. All right, so we ripped those and put them in place, and since it's obviously the width of that board shorter, they're not as long as these others, but it's enough that it will catch the edge of that board on both sides. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little crown stapler and toenail that in at an angle to catch those rails. And that should hold it. Now we're going to cut the legs. Marked each of my legs at 23 and a half. And that way the top of the table will be at 24. So, just put this up here. Theoretically, we'll have a table. There you go. You got a table. Obviously, we'll have to nail it in place, but we'll also put some cross members, because what I've learned about these tables, they get to want to get a little shabby that way. I'm afraid that's too tall.
Maybe.
We can always cut some off, but one thing I've learned with dealing with wood, you can never add it back. So we'll leave it there for now. We'll put some nails in there. We'll screw it. That way, if we decide it is too long, I can simply unscrew it and then cut the end of them off. All right, let's screw it to it. Okay, so I'll show you doing the last one. I just put my quick grip bar clamp on there, and that holds it for me. Make sure it's level. Or not level, but make sure it's plumb both directions. It is. And then we will screw it to it. Good place to put the camera here. And we're good to go. Keep your stable. Alright, so we decided we need to have the sides match. So we pulled another one of these off, and I'm going to take my crown stapler, put those here, and then we'll come to the other side, put it on there like so. I'll split the difference there, right there. All right, so now they're all the sides match. Playrooms where all old furniture goes to die, right? So our upstairs is a 20 by 30 open room that, since the kids were little bitty, has been a great place for them to run and play. Now as teenagers, we may have as many as 15, 20 kids up there having a big time. So nothing fancy, but it gets the job done, and when they're here, we know where they are, right? Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, and share with a friend.